Hello, and welcome to Goats and Gamebots, the unlicensed and completely uncalled for Survivor podcast. I'm Jack Pickard, Survivor superfan and rightful heir to the Propes Tribal Council stump. I'm also joined by my co-host, slippery little sucker, Zach Madsen.
Here.
And Mama Christian, Andrew Tresignan.
I guess present.
Today, we continue dragging Andrew through our 40-season Survivor binge. This episode, we're talking about Season 15, China. So if you don't want that spoiled,
got nothing for you. Grab your stuff, head back to camp.
For those of you still with us, let's get it on. 40 seasons, 3 goofballs, 1 pointless podcast. Hello, welcome to the pod.
I would have preferred Sister Christian. Sister Christian, all the time has come.
Yeah. We're all familiar.
Yeah, we all know that.
Thank you for the demonstration, though. I'm sure the audience at
I really
home
gave it my all,
appreciated that
too.
one.
Great reference.
Thank you.
Slippery Little Sucker was, I'm not sure who called him that, but it was Todd. So
That sounds about right, yeah. Honestly, that sounds like a nickname that normally would go to Andrew for some reason. So
I think
because I'm a slippery little sucker.
yeah.
It's the
so I was
Lil.
prepared for it to be.
I think I've done Slimy Little Ghoul before. It's right in line with Andrew's, but why not switch it up, you know? I figure Todd is a game bot, you're a game bot. It's a fitting comparison.
Thank you.
So yeah. And Andrew with Mama Christian, obviously. That one speaks for itself.
Because he loves God.
Yeah.
I've never been to church.
Never?
Never. Well, okay. I went once to like one of those like Christmas ones, but it was because somebody I knew was in the like pageant version.
Gotcha.
I've never been.
So
I don't know what it's called.
Christmas service.
No,
Yep.
those were Christian words. You got a few of them.
Wow.
You got pageant.
That's
you got
definitely a church.
service.
Yeah,
went
it was
to
in a
church,
church.
And you got a sermon.
And
Was there a man at the
priest.
front? Oh, priest. That's a good one.
he definitely said some words, perhaps even a testament or two. And then I think maybe we ate some bread. I don't really remember.
The body of Christ.
Drank some juice.
The bread of bread is bread.
Drank a little
Killing it
juicy
with the
juice and then
references.
left.
Yeah, a little adult juice. And then
Was
I
it
think we left.
actually wine that you drank?
I
Do you
don't
know?
think so.
Oh, okay.
They always
Probably
gave us
not.
grape juice.
Yeah, I always got
Yeah,
grape juice.
it was
Some
nice.
I heard tell of some churches that just went for it, and I
Yeah.
was like, "This is so cool," but
What
yeah.
company do you think bottles the blood of Christ? Is it Welch's?
It's Jesus Inc.
I feel like it's Welch's.
Jesus Incorporated.
Yeah, they're the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? It's just a different name for it. All right, well, welcome back to the podcast. We did take a little Survivor break, a long Survivor break.
Oh, baby break, yeah.
Yeah. I would say Survivor China is more in the rear view than it is recent. We just watched the reunion a little bit ago, but the season as a whole we finished quite some time ago.
We started China on October 30th.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it is currently, for our listeners, December 19th.
Yeah, because this isn't coming out till like February 1st, so
Yeah, honestly,
Good to
and I've thought about
timestamp
it.
that.
Yeah, I've thought about it a lot. Why it kind of has gotten to the point where we're kind of like slowing down, and I think it's just honestly at the beginning we were in such a groove because it was like
We
new
went
and exciting.
Hard and heavy in the beginning.
And we're like
we
we have
went through the
nothing better to
honeymoon
do.
phase.
Yeah, but now we kind of are all sort of busy again, and when we're not busy, we have other interests we're trying to do. So. But I think it was much needed. I think we're rejuvenated.
Yeah, and
better for it.
I think we're coming strong into 2021 too.
Mhm.
That's my thing. I'm ready to
That's
get
when
back
this is
into
coming
some
out.
Survivor.
Yeah.
And also, it's worth mentioning the reason we waited so long is because we decided it's only fair to Amanda Kimmel, who had to do both Survivor China and Survivor Micronesia back to back,
And James.
and James as well. That's true.
But of course, Amanda.
But
Amanda really goes for
yeah.
it 2 times in a row.
Former
though.
Miss Montana Amanda Kimmel. Like, we should do these 2 seasons back to back. So we kind of banked China, watched all of Micronesia as well, and we're about to record these 2 episodes back to back in Amanda Kimmel style.
You could say they're sister seasons in a way.
Yeah.
They feel very tied to each other.
You
This
could
is
say
also-
they're sister Christians.
Oh.
Sister Christian all the time.
Sure.
Okay, we're like 10 minutes into this pod, and that bit is...
Yeah, and I've made
already
2 Sister Christian references. Let's
Killing it with
go.
the references.
Let's leave
This-
it in the first 10.
This is a unique situation, though, where this is the first time well, I guess not the first time ever, but you know the season we're about to go into, and you know how that ends. So you have a little extra perspective, I think.
Oh, like the season after this one.
Micronesia, yeah. So
I was like, no, we've gone into every podcast episode of me knowing who wins that particular season.
That would be interesting. We should do like a little Andrew's thoughts beforehand. Andrew's cast assessment. Assessment? Yeah, whatever. You know, if Jeff Probst can do it, I think you can too.
Yeah.
But the other thing, since we are at like episode, technically season 15 of Survivor, we're like almost halfway there. Every like 5 episodes or so, we do like a little assessment, see how we can do better, you know, try and improve our system here, all about growth at the Goats and Game Bots. So we're revamping our fire token stuff this episode, our challenges, the way we do Babe Hunk deviews, and deviews.
My gosh, guy.
Reviews/debates. It was somewhere halfway between the two of those.
Deviews, baby.
Yeah, and we might try and add a segment this episode. We'll see how it goes.
Whoa.
How it feels when we get there. But for starters, fire token wise, somebody has to come up with the challenges now. Similar to Jeff Probst. We're doing trivia type stuff. Yeah. Whoever comes up with the challenge, you get 3 automatic fire tokens for putting in the work.
Oh.
That's huge if it's true.
The other 2 people get a shot at least 5. So the challenge you're coming up with is worth at least 5 fire tokens. I have done both of the challenges for China and Micronesia to get us kicked off.
Also, not to interrupt you, let's get this out of the way right now. 1 from each of us. China. This is why we don't have to do it any other time.
No. You're right. Thank you for waiting until I was in the middle of my spiel to do a bit that we're definitely going to do later in the ep. Thank you for that.
This is a marathon, not a sprint, Andrew.
I was going to say, you're coming in very strong.
I'm having a good time.
You're not having the Amanda Kimmel endurance that I believe this back-to-back requires.
Did you see her at the end of Micronesia?
You're going to flame out. You're
Lady
having a
was
James
worn
arc
out.
right now. You're having a James arc. You're going to flame out twice.
I got 2 of them idols in my pocket. I'm ready to go home.
Anyway. Yeah.
China.
Yeah, so because I have done the 2 China and Micronesia challenges, I get 6 fire tokens for the 2 of these episodes.
Huge.
For putting them together. And you guys get the chance to win at least 10. I threw in a couple of bonuses for you. Yeah. Huge. So the other thing, the Babe Hunk things are going to be a legit challenge now.
Whoa.
We are going to have a tribal council-like discussion where we talk about the pros and cons of a lot of different hunks and babes, depending on which one we're at. We're not going to say officially who it is that we're voting for. We're going to vote. When we vote, if you're in the majority, same as we used to do those choppy challenges, if you're in the majority, you get a fire token. So there's a little bit of added gameplay of like, are you voting for who you think is the babe, or are you voting for who you think the group thinks? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's another fire token episode there, and then at the end we'll do a fire token thing if anybody wants to spend them. And our menu is a little bit different too. I said it's 10 fire tokens for a season of anything or for a trilogy amount of something. Mm-hmm. And if it's more than 3 movies in a franchise, say 6, or, you know, if it's a particularly long season or something, we can discuss how to tweak it. But 10 is a general buy an episode type thing.
Got it.
Everything else is mostly the same.
Got it.
And also, I don't know why we were doing it the way before. If you're paying a compliment, or I think that should be like an exchange. Yeah. So if you want a compliment, you got to pay me a fire token.
Oh yeah.
It was like going into a weird nothing. We were causing inflation. Or deflation. I'm not sure.
We were going into debt.
We're not in economics at all.
We're gonna have to put up one of those billboards, you know, that like New York has. It's like the nation's debt. We have a Goats and Game Bots debt.
We buy up a little space in Times Square so we can put up a little sign that says the Goats and Game Bots fire token debt.
I think it's worth it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Totally.
Yeah.
Retail space in Times Square is
cheap, I hear.
Yeah, minimal.
Cheaper than you would think. Anyway, that's just generally our updates. We'll get into the rest of it throughout the ep. I think it's time we start talking about actual Survivor China now. And I love to open up with like our aesthetic review. And this is a different season. I remember going in when I said, I think in our first episode, I said Survivor China, and you didn't believe it was a real place.
I didn't.
Or a real season, because it sounds fake.
I still don't believe China's a real place either.
Okay. It's not about it not seeming like a season. It's just
China doesn't exist.
China is not real.
Can you explain that just quickly?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. So China, the country that we've all been led to believe exists,
Yes.
does not exist.
One of the most
All right.
populous countries on
Yeah.
Earth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where do those people, where are they?
They also don't exist.
Oh, they're fake.
Yes.
Uh,
It's okay. Work it out in your brains.
I'm just gonna let you have this one.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I don't have the energy. Not
Well,
today.
You can believe that if you
This,
want.
I
Mama
know for a
Christian.
fact, was filmed on a soundstage
The whole season.
in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I was there. I was on the crew.
But location-wise, it is different. It's off like a
Yeah,
lake.
no, this one was very cool.
Kind of like, yeah. And I, we kind of get into the strut later on where it's only Fiji.
Mm-hmm.
I love this setting because it's not. It's very different.
I like it better when we're bouncing around. You guys know how much I want a snowy season of Survivor.
Yeah, you are a bouncy boy.
I'm a
I love
bouncy
the
boy.
bounce.
All about the bounce. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Bounce, bounce.
Yeah, I'm going on public record to say a cold, snowy season of Survivor would be amazing.
But the only thing is,
You gotta give them heaters,
No,
and you
but
gotta
that's
give them
not
jackets,
Survivor.
and that's
See, that's
it.
not going to
not
happen.
Survivor.
But it's
You're
fine.
not gifted things.
You're giving them pillows and blankets and shit.
Yeah, when they win rewards.
All right, well then reward them with a heater.
Okay. That's got to be a day one challenge then. If you're getting rewarded with the heater.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
right
Because
off the bat.
you're not spending a night in the tundra
You
without a heater.
got fire. Make fire. Warm yourselves. Eskimos do it.
You'd be like Tom Hanks in Castaway.
I just
Make
think
fire.
hypothermia and all the gross stuff you can get from cold is so much more than like sun poisoning or whatever. I don't think they'd ever do it just for legal reasons.
I think they should.
I agree though. It would be cool. But yeah, no, China is great because it's switching it up a little bit. Different location.
Think of the Jeff Fitz we would get
A
cold season.
polar Jeff.
A
See,
polar Jeff.
I hate to
Wow,
do this.
Fuzzy coat.
But on it, that reminds me a lot of my most recent obsession, the challenge, which I'm sure some of our listeners are familiar with. They do
TJ?
some like cold temperature challenges, like for the finals, and you see TJ
He's always
just
bundled.
bundled the fuck up with like this, like the fanciest shit, and he looks
Yeah, I think
adorable.
Jeff would look great in a scarf.
He would look wonderful in one of those Canada Goose jackets.
Oh yeah, with the fur on the rim.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, that's definitely it's the polar version of the Columbia jacket.
He rolls
or the
up.
Columbia shirt he always wears.
He rolls up either on a dog sled or on a snowmobile. Removes his ski goggles.
Yeah,
And he's like, "Come on in."
you're right. No, that would be cool. I'm agreeing with you. I don't think it'll ever happen. Sadly. But what did happen, and we should talk about, is Survivor China.
Oh yeah, did it have a roof?
Yes.
Tribal did have
It
a
was
roof.
a temple.
Yeah, it was a really cool like pagoda type thing.
All right, this is my favorite tribal, I think.
Yeah.
I wrote
Very ornate.
in my TC review. I like it very much. Under the temple. Aged wood aesthetic. Very nice.
Yeah.
So
You got the fire pit that a fake idol gets thrown into. So it's like real dramatic. Their torches are like straight out of like empirical China. It's like very cool. I love anything like Eastern philosophy or spirituality, and like this season like went for it, so I really appreciate it. What were the tribe names? It was Zhanhu, which was tigers, fighting tigers. It was fighting tigers, flying dragons, I think.
you're asking the wrong guy.
Zhanhu Feilong.
Jean Hu,
Yeah. Which
Jean Robert.
badass names. You got the classic yellow and red.
Iconic.
I aesthetically, this season may be one
Yeah.
of the best.
Because then when they merge, they get the black buffs. Which is
Oh,
sick.
yeah.
And then they
Yeah.
do Black Fighting Wind. Is that their name? Like,
Something like that.
yeah. No, I'm all about this season. I think it's great. They incorporate the art of war into it. You know. The immunity idols are hidden at camp as like these ornate things. I love that kind of twist. I really think they go for it this season, and I really appreciate it.
This is so awkward.
That is embarrassing.
Wow.
It was Clay too.
That guy.
Always fucking Clay.
All right.
Apparently, I don't really remember it because it was a little while ago, but the immunity idol this season is cool. I wrote Little Statue Man.
I would assume it's a little statue man.
I would think it's probably a little statue man.
Yeah, I can visualize that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's Andrew's Tribal Council review. It's good. It's got a roof too, so Zach likes
It's very nice.
This is by all of our powers combined. I feel like, if we're the Power Rangers and
If
we
we
all put
were
our fists in.
creating a tribal council, my brain stopped there for a second.
Yeah.
This would be the one we'd create.
Yeah. No, it's got everything.
This tribal council
Culture.
has everything.
A roof.
Roof,
A fire pit.
a fire pit,
Pretty
historical
much all the
relevance.
basic things, yeah. But then we all love it. So
Yeah.
we can all, if there's one thing we can all agree on, it's the Tribal Council of Survivor China. We are going to take a real quick break. When we come back, we're going to start talking about the Outwit section, which is all the characters in this game, and there are quite a few to talk about. So stay tuned. This season of Survivor is brought to you by The Great Wall of China. That's right, the 2016 film starring Matt Damon, Pedro Pascal, William Dafoe. A flop so bad, you could see it from the moon.
It's Willem Dafoe.
What'd I say, William?
William.
Fuck.
Pedro Pascal's in that movie?
Yeah, Petty Pascal.
Wow.
Pascal.
Yeah. Apparently as a European mercenary, which is also what Matt Damon's character is. I haven't seen it. I just
haven't
looked it
seen
up
it.
for this bit.
Matt Damon. Speaking of Pedro Pascal, real quick, as we have mentioned, it is December 19th. December 18th.
The
That
day following
Mandalorian,
the
season
Mandalorian.
finale, folks. Yikes. I'm not going to spend too much time, but I want to talk about it real quick. Luke's fucking Skywalker.
Spoilers,
bro.
Well, again, we don't have to worry about that. We're releasing this,
This is
like
gonna be
2 months
yeah,
later.
yeah.
So
If you haven't seen it
I'm a lazy editor.
if you haven't seen it in a week, that's on you.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. No. Amazing episode.
Amazing.
Great app.
Yes.
Solid app.
Space Petty Pascal.
Shout out Peyton Reed, director of that episode,
Okay.
and director of the
We
Ant-Man
know he's
movies.
listening.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, my
So,
friend.
to Willem Dafoe, who I'm sure is listening, I'm sorry for getting your name wrong.
Bill Dafoe.
Yeah. Billy.
Billy Dafoe.
Billy DeFriend.
Billy Dafoe.
Anyway, welcome back to the podcast. We're talking about the Outwit section, which is some of the gameplay and characters that we faced this season. Where we want to kick off? Got a lot to talk. A lot of cool people to talk about this season.
What about John Robert?
You want to start talking about
Gene Robert. Yeah.
Gene Robert.
My favorite.
Boston Gene Robert?
Boston Gene Robert.
Yeah.
Um,
How we feel about Jean Robert? I feel he's a very polarizing character.
I've never really liked him very much, to be honest.
Yeah.
He definitely adds a little something to the season, and I can see why people like him as a character. Personally, don't really fuck with the guy. He's kind of annoying and condescending and
Yeah.
very big
He's a
ego.
prick.
Yeah.
But he also, I mean, the thing is, he comes in, he's like, I'm the bad boy of poker. I'm going to be the bad boy of Survivor. And, like, yeah, right? Like,
Sure.
he knows he's a dick.
At one point, he goes, "I'm just keeping it real." And no one who has ever said, "I'm just keeping it real," has ever been keeping it real.
It's a good
Never.
point. Yeah. No, Jean Robert is an entertaining thing this season, but not for, he's one of the class, I would call him a villain.
Yeah.
Very clearly.
I'm glad he doesn't return. Yeah, okay. I asked that with a question.
Yeah, because you weren't sure if he returns. He does not return, no.
Cool.
He sticks to poker from this point forward. Which
Yeah.
is what pretty much all poker players playing Survivor should do. Stick to poker.
Stick to poker.
Stick
Yaks.
to poker.
What about Dave?
Oh.
I wrote, Dave's a real condescending dickhole.
Yeah.
So-
On Jean Who, what was he, a model or something?
It was an ugly ass model then.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm talking out my ass on that one. But I do feel there's such a broad range of, like, job descriptions this season. Like, they open it up and they're already like, former Miss Montana, a grave digger, a lunch lady, a flight attendant who's a gay Mormon. Like, they just, they really go all out on a chicken farmer.
Named Chicken.
Guess his name, yeah.
Damn!
It's chicken.
We didn't get the sound bite for this episode, so we
We each got to do it ourselves.
Yeah.
One more thing about Dave. Before that one challenge, episode 3, where he just strips down naked.
During the challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
I think that's the only one they win. I don't think it's...
I don't think it's because of him, because
Yeah,
I wrote...
James kicks his ass both times, I believe.
At one point, he dragged his own teammate into the water. Like, the option
yeah.
is, like, you're not supposed to get your own team in the water. You're
Yeah.
supposed to put the other team in the water. And he's grabbing onto, I think it was Frosty.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he just, like, as he falls in the water, he brings Frosty with him. And
Let
they
go.
lose.
Why not?
Let
Yeah.
go of him. He's your only teammate left up there.
That's my biggest gripe about this season is the pre-merge. Jean Hu is just terrible. They're led by Dave. That's as much of an indication as you need that this tribe is circling the drain. None of the other characters are all that much more interesting. I would say one of the other biggest, like PG, obviously, is the
Yeah.
standout on Jean Hu. But aside from that, who you got? The girl who started the game without a bra? Like, that's her whole thing.
Who?
Jamie. She plays the fake idol.
You know, the one who dates you,
It's still, I was going to say, and we got the dude that looks just like
Eric.
Andrew.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
The virgin.
When he has glasses on and
Virgin
long hair.
king shit. Who would have thought the girl entering the game without a bra and the virgin?
Would end up
Solid
dating.
alliance. Yeah.
According to the reunion.
And dated afterwards.
Yeah.
And Jeff was making it hot at the reunion
yeah,
too.
Jeff
He's
was like, "You
what's
guys
the
fuck
deal?
yet?"
You guys
Yeah.
pipe or what?
Yeah. Hey, you get it in? What's
I-
up? Your
I
V
think-
card, what's the status?
You still holding on to that bad boy, or did you shred it?
Yeah, you punch it, at least. Second base, what we talking? Jeff's like getting, I would say, Jeff, this reunion,
He was just
he gets
asking him
wildly,
anything.
he was wildly out of pocket the whole time.
He was like, "Hey, Courtney,
Yeah.
why are you anorexic?"
Yeah.
We're like,
Asks
"Jeff,
her straight
chill."
to the face. And is also like, hey, Denise, what's the deal? You didn't get your job back? You fired? Your life sucks right now?
Why you got a
All
mullet?
right, cool. Let's not do any... Let's not do anything to make that situation better.
Yeah.
Until the last possible second.
Yeah, but then luckily, Mark Burnett out of his
here
own
to save
pocket
the day. Yeah.
handed Denise some money.
You better. I mean, she was one of the best characters this season, in my opinion. One of the most memorable, unique people. Like, a real standout. She comes on your show, loses her job. I feel like you, at the very least, owe her some
something.
sort of,
Yeah.
like, compensation.
Yeah, no, and like when she went on all of those rewards, she loved them.
Yeah.
She was having the best time.
I really do love how much Denise gets to go on rewards and shit. And she got to go on,
All of
she
them.
did Kung Fu.
The Kung Fu one,
Yeah,
'cause
went
she
to
was
a
like,
temple.
not to brag or nothing, but I know a little bit of Kung Fu.
Yeah.
And they were all like, all right, let's see it. And then they're like, oh, wow, actually,
Yeah.
this lady kind of does.
And they let her do it, like, in front of it. It's great. It really is. And she's just constantly, like, she never would have this experience otherwise. She's very aware of, like, this is outside of my comfort zone. But she's just, like, here for it and really appreciative. And as an audience member, I loved seeing the rewards through her eyes.
Yeah.
Who are you guys talking about?
Denise, the lunch lady.
Yes, we love Denise.
We loved it. We here at Coats and Game Bots
Former lunch
loved
lady,
Denise.
now
Yes.
janitor Denise.
I asked because I was not paying attention for a little bit because I was doing a number crunch
Crunch.
about Jamie and Eric. They are apparently married and have a
Whoa.
child.
So they finally had sex at least once.
They definitely had
Hey.
sex at least once.
We don't know that.
Well,
We
that's
got to
true.
ask Eric ourselves.
Yeah.
Let's
Eric,
get
come
Eric
on
on
the
the show.
podcast and confirm that you fuck.
Ooh,
Please.
when he comes on,
We get the scoop that
when-
Probst couldn't.
I'll dress just like him, and he'll like raise his hand, and I'll raise his hand. I'll just mimic all of his movements.
Yeah.
Just to
Well,
really
I was going to
fuck
say,
with him for a
you guys
second.
are essentially the same person. I guess we could ask Andrew any questions that we have for Eric.
Ooh, all right, I got this. Ready?
Yeah.
This is Andrew leaving, and this is Eric coming in.
What's up, Eric?
Hey guys.
Hey, have you fucked?
Oh yeah, I'm fucking porking. What's my wife's name?
Jamie.
Jamie. All the time. We're going nuts in the bedroom.
Forgets her name.
Damn. Do you guys leave the buffs on or take them off during?
So I wear the buff around my neck. Just, you know,
course.
normal.
Choker situation.
Jamie wears hers as the top.
The bra that she left.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Because I don't want to see her boobs. They scare me.
All right.
Okay, so
Glad I brought that up.
reluctantly no longer a virgin, you would say.
Yeah, I mean, we are porking all the time, though, bros. We're doing it constantly, don't get me wrong. But, I mean, I'm not trying to... No, thank you.
All right, thank you, Eric. That's literally all we wanted to ask.
All right, no
about.
problem. You guys, nothing else for me?
No. Can you bring
Yeah.
Andrew back in?
Yeah, I'll see. I'll go out there. But nothing
Later.
else? You don't want to ask me anything else?
Nope. It was literally just the sex
Yeah.
thing.
Okay. It's always just the fucking sex thing. Oh, hey, guys.
Yo, dude, what's up? Welcome back.
How was Eric?
Yeah, where'd you have to go?
Yeah,
by the
why
way?
did you leave?
leave?
Oh, I'm
really
sorry. I
go.
got a really... It was just something I had to go do.
Okay, fair enough.
Bathroom. Yeah. Anyway, we do find Eric
I
does
couldn't
fuck.
think of anything.
Eric fucks.
Oh, he does.
He does fuck.
We
Confirmed.
learned.
Yeah.
Is he just porking all the
Oh my
time?
All right.
We
This
have to
bit has
shut
gone
this
too
down.
long. Yeah.
We have to shut it down.
This is. Thank you guys for bearing with this. Back to the gameplay. We were talking about Denise.
Denise.
I think we probably talked about all that we need to about Denise.
Yeah, sweet Denise.
Yeah, love
Sick
Denise.
mullet.
Big fan. Also, worth mentioning, Denise is the one who could not eat the balut.
Oh, yeah, that was...
That's $1 million balut.
$1 million balut.
Yeah.
Right there.
That was tough to
Yeah.
watch.
I'm pretty sure Jeff actually said $1 million balut.
How can you not?
Why would you pass up
Very
on the
well could
opportunity?
be
$1 million.
$1 million balut. But yeah, one of the most dramatic eating challenges. Honestly, they should have just retired it after this. I feel like it's like the car reward where Dreams and Yowman killed the car reward. This should have been the death of the this gross eating shit
Gross
challenge.
food, yeah.
Doesn't
Fear
get
Factor
better
was still
than-
a thing, so people were still all over it. They were like, all right,
That's
let's
true.
do it. But having seen some Fear Factor again recently, hell yeah.
I was gonna say I'm in 2016 era of the challenge, and they're still doing that shit.
Oh,
Still eating
They
real
do
shit.
gross eating shit too?
Yeah.
That's just really a staple of reality TV.
Yep.
I guess we gotta just, it's doing
gotta
our
bear
due
with it.
diligence, yeah.
Reality TV producers, when they don't know what challenge to do next, it's like, think,
Okay, so-
maybe some gross food.
Yeah.
Or...
Y'all know what balut is?
Yo, yeah, it's people. I just Wikipedia'd some shit. There's this thing called a balut. It's like a fetus.
It's fucking crazy.
What if we made them eat it? That's how they come up with challenges. They just spin a wheel. But yeah, we also got Courtney, who is a returner. How did you feel about her watching the first time, Andrew?
I don't love her.
Not a fan?
She's, if I remember correctly, she was kind of annoying.
Yeah, I mean,
But who knows?
she's annoying. But
I could see how Andrew doesn't vibe with her.
yeah, and
but-
I mean,
maybe
we
she
both said
grows.
that we didn't really like her on our first watch.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure first time she was a bit much for me too.
Yeah, well, rewatching now, I love her.
Yeah.
I think Jeff said
so
it
fucking
himself.
funny.
She's got some great one-liners.
Yeah, she's hilarious. She's
yeah.
very charming in a way. I mean, she obviously is a little ornery, and that is what it is. But she's good TV.
And
There's no doubt.
here's what I think. I truly do believe this. I think Courtney walked so Tyson could run. We've got Tyson in like 3 seasons. So I think that they're the same kind of archetype, and like that type. The first time you watch them, you're probably not gonna like them, but they slowly become your favorites. So yeah, no, Courtney might not have loved her the first time, but definitely fucked with her this time around. So yeah,
Yeah, I think she adds a lot. I also, they had their ups and downs, but I like her relationship with Todd a lot too.
yeah,
Seem like
God.
the right kind of people for each other.
and most of Fei Long I really like, and
Yeah, it's a great
even
show.
when I don't like them, like Jean Robert, like they're entertaining.
Yeah.
That's again when my biggest gripe is just one tribe with the exception of PG and Frosty. Like like the other tribe is doing a lot of heavy lifting for this season to be as good as it is. So yeah.
Yeah.
Any other sort of outwit stuff, characters worth noting? I'm sure we're gonna talk about the rest of them eventually. I suppose we didn't even talk about Amanda Kimmel or James. That's important.
Yeah, we definitely should.
Like the two
Yeah, the
big people
the
this
big
season.
wigs. We should start with James because he goes out first. But he, upon watching this my first time since I started at Panama, this is very like one of the first seasons I watched, and I remember loving James, just like everybody else. There's a reason he won favorite player or whatever. See his favorite hunk, whatever we call it.
That was the sprint.
Yeah.
Sprint's hunkiest
Sprint
survivor.
Hunkiest hunker.
Sprint's big old slab of man meat.
That was
Sprint's
the official title.
Best body. He fucking rules on so many levels. But it's funny because he's not necessarily like perfect. You know, he kind of has a little bit of attitude with people that I'm sure if I was, getting attitude from him, I wouldn't like him too much. But like watching him as a viewer, it's great. He's very charming and funny, and I mean, there's a reason most of my notes are quotes that he just said.
Yeah.
So I truly think he made China like a whole point better in my book. Because it's a great season and a lot of good stuff happened, but James is like the cherry on top.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's really and we've never quite seen this, like, I don't know. James is very he's super relatable and funny, and I don't know if we've like seen it out of, I don't know.
Yeah.
Who
Also,
would you say? Maybe Rupert before?
Yeah.
Like, that's the closest I can think of. Like, James is definitely his own guy.
He's
And,
he's a lot like Rupert, where there's no one else like him.
Yeah.
He's just this fucking absolutely
He's an
jacked,
enigma.
massive dude. Yeah, who's like kind of funny and kind of warm sometimes, but also like very cold at the same time.
Yeah, and how he can be so soft-spoken at times,
Yeah.
and also like so outgoing another time. He's always surprising.
And he's really intelligent for
Yeah.
like you hear that he's a grave digger and
Which is a sick job.
very sick.
Very sick.
And just I don't know, he doesn't exactly
Spooky.
put out that presence of like a genius, but he kind of like is in a way. I don't know. He's well spoken too.
Then again, he also does go out the game with 2 hours.
Yeah, he's
so
a little too smart
forget.
for his own good, I think.
Wow, that's the most embarrassing move I've ever seen in Survivor.
yeah, sure.
I sure hope nothing. Yeah, I sure hope nothing does anything worse.
No
That's.
way.
I do think part of the issue of going back to back the way that we did is you were robbed of a little bit of like, oh, James, you dummy, because we immediately went on to Eric and he took the crown. So it was such a short-lived reign, and Amanda Kimmel.
Amanda Kimmel.
Former Miss Montana. Amanda
Former
Kimmel.
Miss Montana.
Shouty.
Shouty.
Yeah.
Absolute
Shouty.
shouty.
Absolutely.
That's all I have to say about that.
And we'll leave it there.
Yeah, no, she was great.
Very good social game.
Yeah, she aligned with the right people.
She got the
in the
puppy dog
beginning.
eyes. That's her whole thing.
She honestly is like, if you had to craft a perfect Survivor player, she is like gotta be really close to it, because not only is she like great socially, understands the game, but she's a physical beast.
Yeah.
She's fucking huge, and like anybody that would go toe to toe with her would probably lose. But she's also like very humble about it. I feel like she could, easily brag, be like, "Look at all these immunities I won," especially at Final Tribal.
Yeah.
And she didn't, like let that be her story, because she's super well rounded. Shame she didn't win. I do think Todd probably deserved it a little more, but man, never. That's probably like the closest second place.
Yeah.
For me.
I would say that there are a lot of universes in which Amanda pulls this out. I think China is like, even the one that we're coming up to, Micronesia, both of them, to come so close twice.
Right.
In a row.
Yeah. And I really don't think that it is a slight of Amanda's that she loses both times. I think it's she goes against two of the best
Two
people.
better players.
Yeah.
Like just,
Yeah.
Yeah, Todd is the biggest game bot that we have had up to this point in the show. And so to lose to him, like, that's... It doesn't say as much about you as it does about like
Right.
how well he played the game and how far ahead he was thinking, and how, like, honestly, Amanda's biggest slight, I guess, or flaw is that she doesn't own her moves. She apologizes for them.
Yeah.
And both Todd and Parvati are the ones to be like, no, I stabbed you in the back, and like that's why you should give me your vote. As opposed to Amanda, who is very sentimental and values the relationship she built and apologizes for the moves she made instead of like owns them.
Yeah, there's almost like a weird loss of respect from players at her Final Tribals, just because that's why Final Tribal is so important. You have to say the right things, otherwise you wasted 39 days out there.
Yeah, like you can really blow it in one Final Tribal, and like unfortunately Amanda's not the best at her Final Tribals. I think it requires you to like command respect in a way that like Amanda's too nice a girl to do that. So,
She definitely like tries to ride the waves more than she's leading them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
She's also not like perfectly spoken. She's not poorly spoken.
No.
But she's not like the best. And she went up against like Todd, who is. He's a flight attendant. He knows how to talk to people.
Very personable guy.
He's very personal. Like, then she goes up against Parv, who's the exact same way.
If not worse.
Yeah.
Worse as in worse to go up against.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, I really do think so much of, like, it was just she went against great people. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, no. Love Amanda Kimmel and the constant blur.
That was this. I couldn't remember if it was this one.
It was this season. She wore like some booty shorts or something, and like
that was just a little too revealing for CBS.
To be frank, they shouldn't have let her wear it if they.
Yeah.
They blurred like every single shot with Amanda's ass in it.
The only thing I can think is that they didn't realize it when they're filming, because otherwise they would have. I couldn't imagine them being like, yeah, let her, it'll be fine, they'll blur it.
Yeah.
It is very ridiculous, like, to just thinking about it.
It's just a little too much ass for 2007.
I mean, and listen, they robbed us of getting to see it, okay? That's
that's on you, CBS.
Let's be clear.
It truly does show how sensitive, like, our, at least at this time, the culture was around, like, bodies. And it's still, arguably, we still very much are, but I mean, like, if it's a little butt cheek hanging out, like, how is that being... I don't understand how that's sexual in any way.
Yeah.
And,
Well, that's...
I'm mad now.
I think I can understand it because we are angry that CBS withheld the ass from us. You know
ass
what I mean?
Is so powerful.
Like, yeah, that's it. Is like... I think it is just a testament to how powerful ass is.
Ass can change the world.
God damn. Short words have never been spoken.
Yeah. And shorter shorts have never been worn. So, no, that Amanda's ass is truly the most powerful thing this season.
Yeah, I have to imagine we're not the first Survivor podcast to ever talk about Amanda Kimmel's ass. I mean, right?
AKA Amanda Kimmel's ass.
Yeah. No.
There's a whole acronym for it.
She's a real powerhouse,
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, CBS.
Yeah. I think that's good for the Outwit section. We'll wrap it up with our top 3. We'll take a break and then we'll come back and talk about Outplay. But what do we have for the the top 3 today, Zach?
Today's top 3, we're doing top 3 James quotes.
Whoa.
Yeah, because that man has a lot
quote
of
machine.
Quotes. Yep.
Truly. And we're doing it a little bit different too, where we're talking, we're just having a general discussion, same thing.
Hall.
Yeah, and then we can pick what our favorite ones are after. Because we basically just ended up listing all our favorite things anyway.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't write one down, so this will be very helpful.
This will be good.
Andrew's banking on us here.
Yeah.
Well, I think one of the most iconic James quotes this time is "Don't bite the apple."
Mm-hmm.
Remember, because Fei Long is kind of sticking together, and that's what he keeps saying to get Fei Long to stick together and to not turn on each other. And ultimately, again, they bite the apple, and he's kind of the big turning point, I feel. Voting him out is when they really bite the apple. Mm-hmm. So, personally, Don't Bite the Apple is up there for me. I know we got a lot of good ones.
Well, that's from the episode. I have, I think, probably from that same interview. But that's the episode he goes home on, I believe. And he brings up, he says, the proverbial Garden of Eden, which is, I mean, that further proves that James is smart because he knows what proverbial means.
Yeah. And like, again, when you're in a good alliance, you can ride that shit all the way to the end. That is the Garden of Eden. But, like, again, biting the apple is a perfect metaphor. So I really like it, personally.
I think Andrew just realized he has a quote.
I do have a quote.
Well, before you say it, I just want everyone to know that this was going to be my like pick if we did it like the old-fashioned way. But go ahead, Andrew.
Yeah, what you got?
So in episode 5, love is in the air. PJ and Jamie. PG.
Yeah.
I wrote PJ. Yeah, it happens.
It's not even...
You were on a tribe with them, bro.
I know.
You forgot their names?
You forgot my wife's name.
By the way,
what do you want from me?
Her name's not spelled the letter P, letter J.
Yeah, no, it's...
Okay, I just want to make sure.
I fixed it. You'll notice in my notes, I fix it later on.
Okay.
But they throw that challenge purposely and, like, obviously.
Yeah, that's true.
No, not obvious to James.
Yeah. And, like, at one point, I don't remember how this came about, but he says, fuck Sudoku, pay attention.
Pay attention!
Which is excellent.
Yeah, because PG is like trying to explain her. She's like, I play Sudoku. I should have.
Yeah. And he's like, fuck Sudoku, pay attention.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Jeff was asking me about Sudokus.
Yeah. No, and also just generally anything James says towards PG and Jamie in that episode is quotable material.
Fuck Sudoku, pay attention.
I don't remember what is said before that. I have that quote written, and then immediately after that, I also have James saying, "You ain't winning nothing." I'm assuming he meant like life. You ain't winning nothing in life.
I also got James, when he got his second idol, he says, I'm on Survivor and I got 2 idols. That's funny.
That's funny.
Yeah. And also, actually, this one is also a good one. When James and Todd are talking about Eric finds the not idols, like, again, there's the planks that they peel off. 2 of them are idols and the rest of them aren't.
The ones that have blank.
Yeah, so Eric ends up with the fake ones.
Yeah.
And then they're talking about it, and James says, please let that happen. Please let them play a fake idol. I would love nothing more than that. And that whole conversation is quotable as shit.
True.
So
one of my favorites, sorry, not my favorite, because we already know my favorite. One of my favorites is just simply, John Robert is a dumbass.
Straight up. That's not bad. That might be my pick.
Right. Also, this is not a James quote. I just noticed it, but it does refer to Jean Robert when he calls himself a bad boy or whatever.
Yeah.
Tribal. And then Courtney's like, "What are you, Luke Perry?"
That's true. And just Todd had another good quote where Jamie was going to play the fake idol, and he said, or she came to him and was like, James has the idols. And he was like, she's riding on a little bike in the back.
Which, she thinks she's driving the bus.
Yeah, she thinks she's driving the bus, but she's riding a little bike in the back. So, yeah, a lot of good quotes this season. But what is our top 3 James quotes? You got one?
Fuck Sudoku, pay attention.
He stole yours.
Yeah, that would be mine.
You got a backup pick?
I'll give it to him because it's the only quote he wrote down.
I mean, I have another note here of James saying, whoa, whoa, every time his barrel wobbles.
Oh, okay. The Barons.
You just thought it was silly the way he was like, whoa.
Whoa.
I'm going to go with Jean Robert as a dumbass.
Yeah, of course.
Classic.
And I got to go
feel.
with the Garden of Eden thing.
Mm-hmm. Don't bite
Perfect.
the apple.
Don't bite the apple. I think that's a great metaphor. So, yeah. All right. That's our top 3. We're going to cut to a real quick commercial and come back with our outplay section. Stay tuned. This season of Survivor is brought to you once again by the excessive use of the blur tool. Amanda's ass is just too powerful. Welcome back.
Ass can change the world.
Truly can. Oh yeah, I gotta shut the window here. Pardon me.
Embarrassing.
But welcome back. We're in the outplay section here. Talking about challenges, idols, swaps. There's a lot of cool twisty things this season that I think make it awesome that I can't wait to talk about. But where do we want to kick it off? Yeah. What are we feeling?
I've been looking at this note for a while, and I would like some clarity from you guys.
Okay.
In episode 2, titled, My Mom is Gonna Kill Me, I wrote, Tits and Ass Mud Challenge.
I know what you're talking about.
Thank God.
There is a mud challenge. It's really rainy. We get a soaking wet Jeff Probst first and foremost. And then we've got a ball in the middle of this mud pit, and you have to push one of these balls into the end zone, so it's very physical. And everyone is ass out, tits out, like...
Got it.
Like bras are getting pulled off, pants are getting pulled down. It's
Got
real.
It. So a real tits and ass mud challenge.
A real tits and ass mud challenge. If I were naming that challenge, that's what I would name it.
Well, there you go.
Tits and ass mud challenge.
All right, cool.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. And that's honestly one of the more forgettable challenges I feel this season. It's great, but we've just got so many good challenges. The barrel balance one that you were talking about, where they're all on this like dragon, and then like the sections are kind of wobbly. That's awesome. I love that one. And it also is one that I love any challenge that you can quip back and forth with Jeff. And it's a big quippy challenge. I know that John Robert and Courtney and everybody's in on that one. We got the star throwing.
Oh yeah, the star throwing
and
ninja
star,
the armor,
the bolo ball thing. Yeah, Yeah, they dressed them in suits of armor, and they had vases, and they had to knock them over.
Yeah.
That shit.
That was a cool challenge.
They had an entry thing, too. They had like
With
this
bamboo entryway.
a bamboo tunnel, yeah. That shit is so cool.
That
Like,
was
they
real
really
cool.
went all out for the challenges this season.
And bad move that
Yeah.
happened in one of the challenges. It was one of like the rope chop. Like you had to chop the rope and something had to fall. They put Courtney on it first. They were like, "Yeah, Courtney, you go out there, you chop it first. It will be good to go." She couldn't get the rope chopped.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, obviously she couldn't get the rope chopped. She weighs like 10 fucking pounds.
Yeah. It was like the weights dropped, and then you had to drag the weights or something.
So like the whole other tribe had chopped and they were done. They were on to the next section by the time she got her first thing chopped. It
Also-
was an incredibly irresponsible decision from that tribe.
Yeah.
Oh, we almost had a burp.
Yeah, you almost did. I
Heard
stifled
the
it.
grumble.
It was the pre-burp.
He did such a good job hiding it just for you to be like, oh, you almost
Yeah.
burped.
I was trying so hard.
This fucking guy.
Yeah, no, but that is also the challenge when it like stops. It does like this Kill Bill, like when they're gonna chop the ropes.
yeah.
It like freeze frames them and just like wow.
They took some real editing choices
right.
this season,
And
and
in
I
that
like it.
vase one too, when they were throwing stuff, they
Oh,
always
yeah.
did cutaways of like.
Was that like an nod to like fucking
Like old like kung fu movies.
yeah, like kung fu
Yeah.
movies and stuff?
I
That's
think
awesome.
so.
I love
And
that.
That's what I mean. Is
They should do
it's-
more shit like that.
It's the small stuff like that that really the attention to detail in all senses is really there this season.
Yeah.
Well, and you can like agree with this. When you like cruise through the show, it starts to really blend together because
Yes,
they
it does.
a lot of the seasons feel the same
Already.
Because it doesn't matter where they are really, because it just like everything, especially towards like the end as we progress in Fiji, it's like it's all the same. So
It's
like
a bunch
have
of fun people
yeah,
on an island.
exactly.
Yeah.
But to like have like an aesthetic difference this season with the editing, even just a little bit, was really cool. It's a good
Yeah.
way to help separate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
I
what
agree.
helps it stand out so much to people.
I forgot about that. That's gonna bring it up like a whole coconut.
I was gonna say,
Uh-oh.
as an editor, right? Like,
yeah, I remember that. And that
huge.
was super cool.
yeah.
boy.
The other thing that I think, aside from the challenges and the editing, that was really cool is like all the like twists and stuff that they did this season. The kidnapping thing, where if you win the challenge, part of it's like for immunity and kidnapping somebody from the other team. And so you kidnap somebody and they get the immunity idol clue. So there's a whole new level of strategy, kind of the same as like who do you send to exile in order to get a clue. They do who do I want to kidnap, who do I want to work with, and Todd just totally plays the system, which I appreciate. He finds a way to
Genius.
somehow
Yeah.
come out on top both, and uses the swap too as his advantage of like, oh, like we got screwed because James is on their side, but we're
Yeah.
gonna kidnap him and just hang
Yeah.
out with him.
That's honestly like next level GameBot shit, because I feel like a GameBot's always like, oh, I know exactly how the game goes. I've got this.
Yeah.
But like a next level GameBot is able to see a twist like that.
And
like,
adapt.
yeah, and adapt right away because they know the game so well. And this is so early Survivor too, so that's even more impressive about Todd.
Yeah, like to be able to fully understand, okay, if I send them to the island, they're getting a clue, or, you know, it speaks to how well he knows the game.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, Todd's tribe had kidnapped Dave.
Yeah.
And I wrote, they kidnapped Dave? That'll backfire. And then my next note is 3 minutes in, Todd goes, Dave is a nutcase.
Yeah. No, that's not going.
And then Dave goes home that episode.
Great. Beautiful.
What a run.
Yeah. Well, that's also the timing of that, right? Like, you remove Dave from camp, they all have a great day without Dave. They're like, okay, let's get rid of Dave. It's clearly not
This
working.
dude sucks.
Is it possible? Dave fucking sucks?
The only thing I will say, I think the swap this season is whack. It's you get to
the 2
choose
and 2?
your two strongest. And here's what I'll
yeah.
say. I like it's grounded in the art of war, right? So they're kind of like, oh, this is like a war tactic strategy type thing. So I can understand where it comes from, but it plays out exactly how it would 90% of the time. Jean Hu throws the challenge, gets Aaron, who's like, if you're Aaron, that sucks. Your whole game goes down the drain because like of getting like this is the ultimate swap screw in my opinion. Like it lays it straight out for him.
This is arguably worse than like Michelle in Fiji.
Yeah.
Who like probably would have gone far, but he was such a strong player.
Yeah.
Aaron probably could have if he
Michelle
played his cards right. Yeah, no, we don't need to bring that up. But yeah, Aaron could have gone deep if not for this stupid ass twist.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what would happen to me if I ever played Survivor or Big Brother.
You would be
like,
the Aaron.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm in a perfect position, and then boom, game twist, I'm gone.
Yeah, that's why they have so many confessionals of people doing that. Of like, I'm in the best spot ever. Oh, who could have seen this? Like,
yeah, I should be worried, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking chilling.
But I do think there's a level of, again, Toddness that you got to find. Of like, no matter what gets thrown my way, I got it. I'm a game bot. I know this shit. So, yeah, no. Again, the swap screw, in my opinion, this is one of the worst swap screws.
Swapped in the butt.
But it still was, I think this played out as well as it could have, right? We only lost one person really that way. With, I guess, Sharia too. But, again, James getting kidnapped right back, being able to hang out with them, getting the clues, getting both idols. Like, I think it paves the way for the two James, two idol situation. Two James, two idol. And for that, it's good. But I think the game mechanic by itself is whack. So, any other like challenges, swaps, kidnapping stuff?
There's
idols?
one point where somebody, you will probably know this, goes through somebody else's bag.
For the idol. Yeah.
I fucking hate that shit.
Not a fan.
Yeah.
Was it Jamie?
I think it was Jamie.
Was it you and Jamie?
I think it was, because that's the
James.
episode where Jamie goes home. And I also wrote in this, that's the one where the false idol gets thrown in the fire. That's pretty cool. But I wrote, I'll show them I'm not as dumb as I look. Proceeds to play a false idol. Gets voted out. So I feel like that was Jamie going through James's bag.
Yeah.
Well, karma.
Yeah.
A little bit I can see that.
Again, don't quote me, but I think it was Jamie.
I'm pretty sure it was, because that's how she tells Todd that. 'Cause that's how she finds out. And yeah, it's dirty.
It's a tricky situation because it is dirty, but you got to think of being out there.
You're
like
buckers.
Yeah, my thing is I don't want to ever trash talk it too much because it's definitely something I can see myself doing. Like if you are backed into a corner, you could do anything. Yeah. I think where it feels grosser, in my opinion, is when it's like someone in the majority just trying to get dirt. But so far it's only been like desperate stuff of like they're going home anyway. Let me just. I got nothing to lose by going through Yao Man's bag, you know. But still, it's kind of dirty.
Yeah, I will say one time that I did like it was when Yao Man peeked into what was her name?
Okay, yeah,
Sylvia's bag, and was like,
"Well, see,
this bitch don't got it."
Again, you peek into Yao Man's bag. Fuck you.
Yep.
Yao Man peeks into Sylvia's bag. That's funny as shit.
Off,
I guess it's really about who is looking in whose bags.
Yeah.
Is whether I find it enjoyable or not.
It really depends. And we're definitely, I'd say as a whole this season, we're voting for Fei Long. Or we're rooting for Fei Long.
Oh, totally.
So anytime, PG or Jamie or you do something, it's like, sorry.
Fuck that guy.
All right, any other last outplay stuff, or we want to jump into our challenge?
Let's do Zach's favorite new show, The Challenge.
The Challenge, great. So we're going to get this challenge kicked off here.
Let's do it.
And for this one, it's just kind of, it's like, the trivia that Jeff does that's like, I remember the one from the Marquesas. It's like, what is a horse? And then he gives you multiple choice, and you have to tell him which one, and it just means a normal horse. That's the one that stands out.
So this is trivia. This
is trivia. It's all multiple choice. And since this is Survivor China, and they talked about it, we talked about it earlier in our episode, I decided I was going to do it on the art of war.
Ooh.
And since, again, I'm a big history guy, you might assume that I mean the popular best-selling novel from ancient
that
empirical China.
Read in the television show Survivor: China.
Yes. Yeah. But I did not. I did a challenge on The Art of War, which is a 2000 film featuring Wesley Snipes and Donald Sutherland.
Let's go.
You sneaky guy.
Kiefer's dad?
Yeah.
Kiefer's dad?
Exactly. President Snow himself.
Whoa.
Yeah. So this is I made sure real quickly that neither of you guys have seen this movie. I didn't know shit about it.
I don't think I've ever even heard of it.
To be honest with you, I was going to do a challenge on the actual Art of War, and I saw this on the Wikipedia page and went, that's funnier.
It's way funnier.
So we're going to do some random multiple choice trivia.
Let's do it.
For the Art of War 2000.
Starring Donald Sutherland and...
Yes.
Who'd you say was the other person?
Wesley Snipes
Wesley Snipes.
is the titular...
He's the war.
The war.
He is the art. The artist of war.
He's the... Oh, yes,
He's the artist of war. Yeah.
Got it.
Okay, so his name is
titular
Shaw,
war.
as much as I can tell.
Okay.
Your first question is, what does Hong Kong send to the U.S. to declare war or something? I don't know. The plot is hella confusing. So you've got 4 different options. What kicks off the plot of this movie?
Mm-hmm.
What does Hong Kong send to the U.S.? Is it A, poisonous flowers? B, a copy of The Art of War, the other one? C, a shipping container full of dead Vietnamese refugees? Or D, a politician's severed head?
I'm going to go with C, the shipping container
You
full
like the
of dead Vietnamese. It
refugees?
feels
Too specific?
an absurd. And this movie feels
You don't think
absurd.
I'm baiting you with that
No,
question?
you probably are, but I'll fall for it.
Okay.
I think it's A.
You think it's A, poisonous flowers? Okay.
Yeah. It just something about that seems right.
Right? It is a shipping container full of
Wow.
dead
Let's
refugees.
go!
Yeah.
That's kind of
So,
hard, to be
yeah.
honest.
Right?
Holy fuck.
I really don't know. I tried to look up what the plot of this movie is, and
Wow.
I have no fucking clue. That is the only thing we're going to talk about.
What?
Plot related wise.
Hecking
So Andrew gets 1.
go.
Let's hecking go.
All right. Second question. What film does The Art of War place second to at the box office when it releases? Okay. So I got multiple options for
When
you.
did you say this movie came out?
2000.
2000.
Okay. Is it A, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? B, Remember the Titans? C, Bring It On? Or D, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man?
It's not Sam Raimi's Spider-Man.
Why?
Because Sam Raimi's Spider-Man came out in 2002.
Got him.
I knew, yeah. That was, I knew you were going to know that. But I was trying to goat you a little bit.
I believe it's 2002, 2004, and 2008.
Let's not
Off the
fact check
dome.
that one. Yeah, just let him have it.
We will be doing that trilogy at some point, I guarantee you.
Sure.
Ooh, you bet your bottom dollar.
What were the answers
Yeah, your
again?
options are A, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? B, Remember the Titans? C, Bring It On? Or D, Spider-Man?
Okay. So which one's the answer? That's the one I'm going to go with. I'm going to say Bring It On. I don't know.
I feel like it's Bring It On.
You both think it's Bring It On?
Yeah.
It is Bring It On.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's go.
congrats.
I was like, I feel like Bring It On came out in 2002, and that movie was huge when it came out.
Was Bring It On C?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
2 seasons in a row.
Yeah, I'm noticing a trend here.
All right. Next question. What % of Rotten Tomatoes critics gave this film a positive review? Okay. A, 43%. B, 16%. C, 65%. Or D, only 7%.
I feel like B. I feel like it got a really bad response, but not lower than 16.
Can you give them to me one more time?
Yeah, we got 43%, 16%, 65%, or 7%.
7%.
Okay. You said 16,
16.
Zach. You said 7. 16 is correct.
I
go.
knew it. I
Got
knew
16.
it. I just wanted to be different.
Now we're tied, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, you guys are about neck and neck on this challenge.
Oof.
2 fire tokens each. All right, next question. How much money did this movie make? We got A, negative $20 million.
Oh, okay.
B, negative $3 million. C, just barely over $10,000. Or D, a whopping $6 million.
Do you happen to know how much this film cost to make?
Yes, I do.
Don't tell us. It makes it more fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
It's
go
got Wesley Snipes in it and Donald Sutherland.
does.
It's got 2 bankable stars.
in the 2000s.
This is tough.
I'm gonna go with D. I'm gonna go with it.
6 million?
Yeah.
Yeah,
'cause
I'm
if
also
it,
gonna go with D.
if it came in second at the box office, it had to make some money.
It's based off a very, very famous book, right?
It's got Wesley Snipes.
All right. Neither of you got that one.
Damn.
It was negative $20 million. They lost $20 million on this shit.
Yeah.
That was gonna be my other answer because it seems like something they poured a lot of money into. That
Yeah.
just
That's
didn't
why
do
I wanted
well.
to know how much it cost.
So, this next question is really what gets me. Not only did it lose $20 million, but it has 2 direct-to-video sequels.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Art of War 1 and 2 and 3.
Yeah, we got Art of War 2 and Art of War 3.
Wow.
So, which is not the name of an Art of War direct-to-video sequel? Art of War Retribution, Art of War Intervention, Art of War Betrayal.
It was Resurrection,
Retribution,
Retribution,
Intervention,
Intervention,
Betrayal.
Betrayal. I'm going to go with first one.
Retribution?
I was gonna do that too, but I don't want to keep answering the same as you. I'm gonna go with which one is not
Yeah.
Intervention. B.
Okay. Zach got that one.
Yes.
It was
I was
Intervention.
going to say Intervention.
But-
I was like, that feels like something.
So it's Art of War 2 Betrayal, which Wesley Snipes is still in.
Wow.
Then we got Art of War Retribution. Now here's the kicker. Art of War Retribution does not have Wesley Snipes
I
in it.
figured. I was
It
surprised
was
too,
filmed before the second movie came out and was considered being released as its own movie just titled Intervention. But then, after the
What?
Wesley Snipes movie came out, they released it a year later and just tacked it on as the third one.
Wow.
Interesting.
And it is one of the worst reviewed movies I've ever seen.
I believe
Wow.
it.
So
I
maybe
believe
this
it.
is a trilogy for us, you know.
Wow.
Maybe.
We could be for only 10 fire tokens.
For only 10 big ones.
Both of you guys, or pardon me, Andrew got 2 fire tokens out of that. Zach got 3. So I
Ooh.
believe Zach's up to 33 fire tokens.
Wow, this guy needs to start spending.
How many fire tokens would it cost for me to kick Andrew off the podcast?
Ooh, yeah, well, that's a good one.
Just for an episode. Just you and me.
Just an ep.
I have to sit outside the door and listen.
You can
Yeah.
you can't be in the room, but you can participate.
I love this idea. We're going to talk about how to make that happen after this.
Sick.
I won't put a price on it just yet, but so
I have
yeah.
to be in a whole different room.
After that, Zach has 33 fire tokens. Truly the Jeff Bezos of us right now.
Yes.
Hoarding all the wealth. Andrew has 8 fire tokens, and I have 3 because I did the challenge.
There you go.
Or no, I have 6 because I had 3 already. Pardon me.
There we go.
Yeah.
How many did I get here?
You got 2 fire tokens. So you went from 6 to 8.
You did some
Do it.
math.
I'm doing
math?
some math because I think I got 6. Oh, no, I had 6.
You had 6. You got 2 here.
I
now
got
you're
2. I went, okay, that checks out.
8. Okay. So
And
yeah.
then, of course, when you do your episode, presumably you will get some fire tokens.
yeah.
And again, you could get a fire token too, the way that we're doing the Babe Hunk debates now. You could get at least 2 fire tokens there. So, again, and if you want to spend those, we'll check back in at the end. Make sure you don't. So, all right, we're going to cut to a commercial break. That's it for the Outplay section. We're going to keep moving right along to the Outlast section, and then we'll wrap it up with our season reviews and Babe Hunk debates. This season of Survivor is brought to you by Western Toilets. Tired of shitting in a hole? Try a Western toilet. And we're back.
I actually am tired of shitting in a Western toilet. And
You want to
like
poop
a
in
hole.
a hole.
I'm tired of
You
shitting.
you do love anything having to do with a hole, like cornhole.
Cornhole.
I was thinking cornhole.
You know, sex.
Yeah, also.
Just love holes.
Yeah, but cornhole first.
The movie Holes.
Yep.
Ooh, classic.
I love holes.
Just love
K-hole, when you do
holes.
too much ketamine and you fall into a K-hole.
On my
Love it.
Hinge profile, it says must love holes.
The movie?
Any way you want to interpret that,
no,
ladies.
Is it capital or is it not? Capital holes?
It's both. I put a capital H in parentheses and then a lowercase h in parentheses.
Oh, okay, so it's
and
di-
then holes.
You really want to leave them in suspense about which one you're talking
I
about.
want them to know that I love holes.
Mission accomplished. I think no one is going to question your whole loyalty.
What's the likelihood we edit this section out?
Do you want to?
No, but it's pretty fucking stupid.
Let's just move on then.
The fans
I'm
love this
sorry
stupid
for
shit.
all the whole talk. We always come back to the whole.
Holy moly.
We're just buried in the hole.
Man.
Knee deep in
Okay,
that
I'm
hole.
going to start digging us out of this hole. We're going to move on to the Outlast section of this, which is typically where we do a winner/loser review.
Yeah.
And we've talked a decent amount already about Courtney and Amanda. This would be our moment to air any additional grievances or talk them up in any kind of way. But I think first, we got to talk about Todd.
We got to talk to Todd.
Yeah, all about Todd.
Talking to Todd.
How do
Welcome
we
back to Talking
feel?
to Todd.
Right.
How do we feel about Todd's game? Good?
You said it earlier. He's the game bodiest man we've seen so far. Yeah, I like him a lot. I think I knew from the beginning that I was like, this guy's gonna win.
Mm-hmm. He is kind of squirmy.
Oh, he's the perfect schemer.
Yeah. I like that about him, though.
Mm-hmm.
I really do
It's
appreciate.
endearing.
He's very unabashedly like, I'm here to play.
Mm-hmm.
I want to play. I get and there was one point where I think it was the James blind side, where he was like, I could ride this out, but I like this game to be fun. And it would be a whole lot more fun if we were blindsiding each other. And so, like, he kind of, that can get you into trouble. But I think it ended up like he had a resume at the end, especially when he played a game where he can own a lot of moves at the end. That's what he set out to do. And again, I really do think this season was just Todd setting people up and shooting them down. Like, it was very methodical the way he moved throughout the game.
He was the mastermind the whole time. There was never a moment. He wasn't.
And at the reunion, he does such a good job of like painting his chess game that he played.
Yeah.
Where he was like, I've got, like, it's a metaphor, obviously, but you can like see the way he was like, I wanted the person who's smaller than me, Courtney, and I wanted Amanda, who I can trust, and James is the strong guy. It's like I've got my queen, my rook, my pawns, like. And he's just like, and I positioned myself perfectly to win this game. And motherfucker dominated.
I
think it's fair to say, up to this point, probably the strongest winner of any season.
I think so.
A real Queen's Gambit.
Truly.
When the queen gambits.
I don't know. I've never seen the show.
No, I would agree. I think that he is probably the strongest. Like, the only other one I can think that kind of maneuvered the game in the same way thus far has been Chris from Vanuatu, where he was kind of like, this is the game I'm playing, and just kind of been able to like weasel his way in, which kind of feels similar to Todd a little bit. But I think Todd, I don't know, approaches it from a much more like he's having fun out there, and he's like he went out there to backstab people and have fun doing it, and being able to walk that line while people aren't salty at you at the end and can see that you played a great game, like that's a really tricky balance to hit that I think Todd does great.
I mean, he gets that Gene Robert deciding vote.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
And again, I don't think it's any knock on Amanda's game that she didn't win this one because Todd was so strong. Like, that makes sense to me. And Courtney even. I mean, like, this is the most, like, random, like, everybody gets a vote, right?
Mm-hmm.
Courtney gets a few. Amanda gets a few. Like, not just, like, one.
Strong
like,
final three.
Yeah.
Strong final three.
Did Courtney technically place second? This might be a
she
number
might
crunch
have,
thing.
yeah.
Because I think she got 2 votes. Amanda might only have gotten 1.
Amanda got... What?
That's we'll need to crunch this number.
Crunch.
Let me go deeper.
Yeah, I think Courtney did pretty good at Tribal Council, too. To be able to squeak out that many votes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great games played all around. I do think this is a great season.
Yeah.
Some certified MASH for sure.
Yeah, so Todd got 4 votes, Courtney got 2, Amanda got 1. So
okay.
Amanda placed 3rd. And I was all like, this is one of the best second place performances.
Well, still, you make it to final tribal. Like, put some respect.
Yeah.
Some fucking respect on the name.
At this point, she's the original Michelle to make it twice to final tribal.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I don't think it's been done before this point.
No.
So
maybe it won't ever until Michelle. Who knows? Yeah. I don't know.
It's a big stat.
I don't know.
But yeah, so love Todd. Great game.
Yeah.
Everybody else at the end with him there too, I really like. Astrology-wise, what do the stars look like for this final 3? We got
How do they align?
Yeah.
Star time.
We got some interesting characters.
We have Todd Herzog here, our winner, is an Aquarius. Actually, I don't have my whole chart that I made up, but I'm pretty sure this is the second Aquarius actually 3rd. It was Jenna and then Yule.
Oh,
and now, Yule was an Aquarius. We didn't go deep.
An interesting batch.
Yeah, we didn't go deep on the astrology corner when Yule won because I was just like, I love Aquarius.
Yeah.
But now I want to talk about it. Now we have a little more time. No Billy interview. Here's what Google tells you when you look up Aquarius male traits. Aquarius is an air sign, meaning he's intellectual, thoughtful, charismatic, and an expert communicator. And there's another thing, but it's not important. But it ends with saying, like, so it's like dating your weirdo best friend. You know, he's just like very personal. Everyone usually gets along with them. Also, being trustworthy is a big thing with them.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think Aquarius, I always look at them as they're similar to Geminis in a lot of ways, both air signs.
Yeah.
But they kind of have like more of a lid on their craziness, I think.
Yeah, because as like slimy as Todd may come off at times, he always has a very manicured public image, I feel. Like he's always able to smooth things over with people, be like even when Courtney was thinking of defecting, he was like, man, it really like bums me out to hear you think that way, because I just don't, like, I feel like that's such like kind of what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Of like, I don't know, being able to smooth it over to have that like calm exterior.
I always think about it from a social standpoint, where I think Geminis are very good at being in social situations and maneuvering, but sometimes it can be too much to the point where like people get annoyed. Whereas I think Aquarians have like the ability to not go over the top with their communication and shit, but still be kind of like witty and smart in like an air signy way. So yeah, I've always kind of felt like, of all the air signs, Aquarius is kind of like the most normal. Yeah. Because Libras and Gemini are just fucking weird. So yeah, that's Toddy.
I have a question for the astrology man.
Yes.
You called them Aquarians?
Yes.
Do we all have our own?
Does every sign have like a name?
Yeah, you know, like
I'm just a Virgo. It's not that.
Yeah, like Gemini is just Gemini, but Sagittarius.
Am I a virgin?
You're a Sagittarian.
Sagittarian.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
I had never heard that before.
It's either that or just Sagittarius, to be honest. I think it's Sagittarian.
And I'm a virgin.
Yeah. It's a virgin. But yeah, yours actually...
Eric and I have that in common.
Aquarius and Sagittarius sound the same. So you guys probably both have the same thing. But yeah.
Gotcha.
Aquarians. There's not a lot of other ones, to be honest. Cancer's Cancer. Leo.
Taurians,
yeah.
Is that a real one?
Yeah. Yeah. They don't go by Tauruses, they're Taurians.
I like Tauruses much better.
I think they should be Tauri.
Yeah.
Pisces could be Pisci.
Pisci.
No, it's if you're a Pisces, you're a pizza pie.
Pizza pie.
All right.
But again, I love Aquarius people. I love Todd. Astrology's real.
Shout out Aquarians.
Shout out
aquariums. We love you holding fish and stuff.
We love your fishes.
Believe it or not, Aquarius is not a water sign. It's just an annoying ass fucking bitch sign.
Ooh.
I'm just
wow.
kidding. I was projecting on the one.
Yeah, a little bit.
The only
Do we
other
need to
thing...
go off mic for a sec?
I'm fine.
The only other astrology thing I think that I sadly have to mention is that John Robert.
Yep.
John Robert.
He is a
Gene
Virgo,
Roberts.
Virgo
He's
king.
a Virgo.
I was going to ask.
I talk of Virgo so much, but we get the occasional Jean Robert.
Mm-hmm.
So.
You know, hey, Virgos and Geminis, man, we all have our goods, we have our bads.
That's true.
You know, take the good with the bad.
Yeah. All right. We're going to move on from the astrology talk, and we're going to try a new segment here. So we have made fun of it constantly on our show. Mm-hmm. The rites of passage.
Because it's silly.
The walk of shame.
Yeah.
It's a waste of time. Really.
Yeah.
The silliest part about it is half the time the final 3 or the final 2 don't know.
They don't know the people. Yeah.
Because they've never been on a tribe with these people, so they're like, yes.
Yeah.
Kathy.
But that's...
I loved when she climbed the thing.
She was cool.
Yeah. Always thought she seemed like a nice lady. Mm-hmm. But the benefit we've seen the entire season. We know who these people are. So we figured it would be fun to do a very similar thing. I've got the song. We're going to play the song. We're going to do our own little quick version of the Walk of Shame. And we're just going to give our quick reviews of what we think of each person before we get into our babe hunk and then eventually season reviews.
I am
feel good?
One-wording everybody.
Okay.
Let's get it.
Let's go.
All right. First and foremost, voted out, day 3, chicken.
Damn! Did I steal yours?
Yes.
Yeah. Very memorable for only one line.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you need. Next up, we have voted out, day 6, the late, great Ashley.
Yeah, she was cool.
Babe.
Bitchin'.
Total babe.
Bitchin'. That's a good one. Bitchin'.
Yeah. Sick.
Next, we have voted out, day 9, Sister Christian. Leslie.
Religious.
Yeah, religious.
I have a close personal relationship with Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she's not religious.
Not religious. Next up, we have voted out on day 12, Dave.
What was my note on him?
Nutcase.
Dickhole.
Well said.
Chauvinist.
Next, voted out day 15, Aaron.
Screwed.
Yeah. Leader.
Yeah, huge threat. Next, we have voted out day 18, Sharia. Sharia?
Sharia.
Sharia? Okay.
Yeah. Also
That's
swap
not
screwed.
right. Yeah, swap screwed.
Andrew doesn't know who
I
that
don't
is.
remember this
Her and Dave like had a beef, and then
You're gonna have to narrow it down. Dave's a real dickhole.
Yeah.
Moving on.
that's my review. Dave's beef. Next, we have day 21, Jamie.
No bra.
My lover.
Blonde.
My loving wife.
My wife.
I like you. She was also our first jury member. Next, we have voted out day 24, Jean Robert.
Ugh.
Bad boy.
The bad boy of poker. R.I.P.
Next, we have voted out day 27, from Chicago, Frosty.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Little parkour man. Little American ninja.
Honestly, Frosty. That's stay frosty.
I'll leave it at that. Stay Frosty. Next, we have voted out day 30 with 2 idols, James.
King.
Yeah. Real.
Legend.
Yeah.
Real king shit.
King shit.
A grave
Next.
digger. Very cool.
Voted out day 33, Andrew.
A virgin.
Oh, I'm sorry, Eric.
Oh, I was like, there
Yeah.
was an Andrew.
You know, he may not have had any sex, but
But he's had
we're
it.
just gonna leave it there.
He had it at least once.
That's true.
Voted out day 36, PG Law.
Played as good as she could.
Cool. Didn't like when she threw that challenge with Jamie.
Love Sudoku. Okay, nice.
Yeah, big Sudoku person.
Voted out day 38, Denise.
Get that lady a job.
A a mullet that rivals only Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yeah,
Mullets.
one of my favorite characters for sure.
And then we have our final 3 where we're gonna keep going for them.
Do 'em all.
Yeah, let's do them all. Fuck
All
it.
right.
Speed round.
Made it to day 39, Amanda Kimmel.
Ass won't quit.
Yeah.
Ass for days.
The ass that'll save the world.
Oh, Awooga. Also made it to day 39, the first runner-up, Courtney Yates.
Pretty meh about her. Let's see what the future holds.
Looks cute in pigtails.
Yeah, some of the best one-liners the game has ever seen. Respect.
And last but not least, our sole survivor, Todd Herzog.
King shit. Gamebot.
Gamebot.
Todd.
That's
That's
it.
Played a
that's
great
how
game.
Denise says it.
Todd.
Todd.
Right, from Boston.
All right. That is our walk of shame.
All right, let's put them. Let's burn all their torches
Yeah.
ceremoniously.
Yeah, time for a fire. Big bonfire. But yeah, no, I think that was fun. I
That
would
was
do that
fun.
again. You guys
Leave a
would-
comment down below. What'd you think of
Yeah,
that one?
pro that bit, anti that bit. Let us know. We can work
don't-
on it.
It won't change whether we do it or not.
We do
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
know, though.
Give us your feedback. Okay, so with that, I think it's only right that we jump into the Babe Hunk Challenge.
Uh-oh.
Bet some fire tokens. Let's see what we got. So without further ado,
Time to get dirty.
Honk,
didn't I?
honk.
I had a whole intro and stuff.
Well, you win some, you lose some.
Time to
Yeah,
get dirty.
we'll
That's-
leave it there.
Yeah,
That's the
good.
short version.
Alright.
We're going long.
Well, it is
So-
time to get dirty.
Yeah, we're running
Yeah,
along.
let's go. For the babes, let's open it up there first. Again,
Amanda.
we don't want to give away who it is that we're voting.
Oh.
We want to have a discussion of all the babes this season, and then we're going to vote, and if we're in the majority.
In which case, I would like to submit one Amanda.
Okay. And what some pros, some cons? How do we feel about Amanda?
Again, the ass that'll save the world.
Okay, so pros, all-time powerful ass.
Yes. And,
Pillow cheek.
and she played a great game.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to say it. We've talked Amanda's praise the whole episode.
Mm-hmm.
Amanda's
Yeah.
great.
Puppy dog eyes.
Mhm.
Former Miss Montana. She's got some accolades there. Let's talk about Denise.
Denise has probably the most like warm, loving personality of everyone out there, I would say.
Very endearing.
A lot of cold people this season. And
Should have won the sprint award. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm sure she was a close second.
Passionate about kung fu.
Yeah,
killer haircut. Let's be honest. Not everybody can rock that.
Very sweet to her husband.
Loves her husband.
Yeah, true.
Huge.
Yeah,
it is true. Courtney, I know this is definitely not. What are some of the cons, Andrew?
I don't. She's just kind of annoying sometimes.
I'm very attracted to Courtney.
I was gonna say, I think we've got Zach, who's very pro.
I mean, after this watch through, like Courtney is like her personality. Like I know she would like be mean to me, but like in a hot way. So
that's true.
I'm like
that's
all about it. I see. I get what Fishback's on her.
Yeah, and also like she's blonde, so that's up a few points.
She's blonde. I mean, what more can you ask for?
Yeah, Jamie. I mean, your wife. You gotta your wife.
My wife. I mean, she was my second choice on the whole island, but I guess. I'm kidding. Jamie's great.
A little ditzy.
Yeah.
And
I don't.
PG
again,
too.
don't like. Same reason that how I feel about PG. Don't like that they threw that challenge on purpose so blatantly. Really rubbed me the wrong way.
You just wanted them to play it up a little bit more. Is that what you're thinking?
I want them to be more subtle about it.
Oh, okay.
They were like wearing T-shirts that said, "We're throwing this challenge."
Okay, gotcha. I thought you were like, it's in the middle zone, and I don't like it.
No.
Okay. All right. Do we feel like we have enough information to vote?
Yes, I'd like to vote.
Okay.
I think it's time to vote.
Everybody reveal their votes
On the count of
three.
three?
Yeah.
On three?
Yeah, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Amanda.
Yeah, it's Amanda. So,
Fine.
yeah. Without further ado,
The tribe has spoken.
But
Miss Montana,
But Dawn.
Miss China, 2020, season 15. That, do you hear that like thing in the background? That's my radiator.
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, it
sounds
like
like
gargles
it's,
when
like,
it kicks on.
gargling,
Yeah. Sorry to the audience at home. We're just gonna have to deal with that. Our building's broken.
Yeah, you
Sorry,
guys will
we
be
live in
fine.
a building from the 1800s.
Yeah, that's on us.
Yeah.
I guess. But okay, let's start talking hunks.
James.
Again, hidden depth to James. Like I feel like he would truly love me tender. So,
yeah, I'd love to just be little spooning with him.
and imagine
Have
like
him wrapped around me.
yeah, being in the shelter, like you need warmth. Like James is like
Radiates.
yeah, right. I can only imagine.
He's like your radiator.
Yeah, Jean Robert.
Nope.
Believes very passionate person, Virgo King.
Frosty would be a
Yeah,
fun
Frosty.
not a
Love
long
Frosty.
time, but a fun time.
Yeah, that's true. And Todd too.
Yeah, I was gonna say Todd.
I feel like we're glazing over Todd, but I feel like Todd can.
But I feel like I know the answer.
Okay, yeah. 3, 2.
James.
Yeah, it's James.
I was waiting for you to say
The
one.
tribe has spoken.
But
okay, so we each get 2 fire tokens out of that.
huge if true.
That's big. I feel like for certain seasons, like it's just going to be a way for us to get extra fire tokens. But that's our Babe Hunk debates. Do we have any other fun crunches before we start wrapping it up here with our season reviews?
Oh, I forgot to do that. Let's just
No worries, we could just say no.
There's so much trivia for this. I feel like
Can't not.
Yeah, I just like the hard part is picking the right ones. I think we should just skip it.
Okay.
Actually, wait, no. I found one. We're reading one.
Just one.
CBS gave this season's Immunity Idol to actor Neil Patrick Harris, an avid reality TV fan, for his 37th birthday.
Wow.
Yes,
37. That's a big one.
Neil
That's
Patrick Harris,
some-
Gemini.
Cross CBS love. He was on How I Met Your Mother at the time.
Yeah.
That's true.
They probably
And in
keep him
exchange, yeah, Jeff Probst got the blue trombone. Or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
The blue French horn.
Yeah, pardon me.
Jeff is in a couple episodes.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah, or at least one for sure. He's played
Wow.
himself.
Well, yeah. I
And
mean,
do
who else
Survivor
is he
bit.
going to play?
Well, exactly.
At this point, yeah, that's Jeff Probst.
That's Probst.
Come on.
I'm the Survivor guy. All right.
All right, so let's transition into our season reviews. Let's wrap this shit up. Who wants to get it kicked off first? Andrew, you would like to? On your coconut scale.
4 out of 5 coconuts.
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5.
That's pretty decent.
It's pretty good.
Not
Yeah.
bad.
Any particular reasons, standout things that give it that rating?
Good tribal council. Like the folks, for the most part. Not Dave.
So that brings it down a few.
Yeah, but yeah, no, just a good solid one.
Good solid season. And memorable.
Yeah.
You know? All right, how about you, Zach? Pitchfork scale. What do
Pitchfork
we got?
scale. So there was so many albums that have this rating that I love, so I went, a little over mine.
Yeah, you
2
got to
or
go.
3.
Go for it.
We're giving this a Good Kid, Mad City by Kendrick Lamar. Channel Orange by Frank Ocean.
Ooh.
Bon Iver.
Wow.
And then 2 Kanye records, Yeezus and Late Registration. That's right, folks. This is a 9.5.
Wow.
That's right.
9.5.
We got a great cast. We got a great aesthetic look with tribal and the buffs. Honestly, the buffs are a huge thing for me.
Yeah.
James.
Say no more.
You know?
Yeah, you don't
and
got
then, Amanda Kimmel's big ass heart. Her big ass heart.
Eyes.
Her big,
The puppy dog eyes.
big.
That's what we're describing.
Yeah.
All right. And for my mashed potato scale, we mentioned this is a certified mash season, of course. Got a 96%.
Wow.
And I also got it was like lower than that. And then I rethought about it. We watched the reunion, and I was like, you know what? I really like this season. I got to bring it up. So
It was
Andrew
originally
had
a
to,
90.
Yeah, Andrew had to look up more movies. But what do we also got? Rotten Tomatoes.
We've got James and the Giant Peach,
Ooh,
which
a classic.
in my mind deserves a 0.
Does
We've
not
got
like claymation. It's a great movie. Don't listen to him.
We've got Goodfellas.
Okay, that's decent.
I like that movie.
We've got apparently a movie as good as Goodfellas, Ratatouille.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, better than Goodfellas.
Arguably.
Get out of here, Joe Pesci.
Wall-E,
Oh, okay.
and Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Uh-huh.
Okay, good. I thought you were going to say part 1. I was
No.
like, that movie is not a 96.
2, though, is.
2, yeah, for sure. Okay, so some decent movies. It's got good company. Again,
With a bunch of Goodfellas.
there you go.
Oh.
All right, that's it. He's leaving.
I didn't even
That's
have
it,
to
he's
pay
gone.
any fire tokens to get rid of him.
Yeah.
He's just gone now.
All right, but yeah, no. Everyone on Fei Long is amazing. One of the downsides, the only one that I have is Dave and John Hu. I think the pre-merge is preoccupied with Dave, and I don't like that guy. So that brings the season down a little bit. But again, the location, the culture, they went all out on the challenges, the editing, the rewards. We got a great winner, and the Final 3 is one of the most memorable Final 3s of all time. So yeah, 96% without a shadow of a doubt. Great season.
All right.
So yeah, that's it. We are going to take a little bit of a McDonald's break, and then we're going to immediately film our Micronesia episode, because again, we want to be in great company like Amanda Kimmel and James Clement. We're doing back-to-back seasons here.
So it's not goodbye. It's just see you later.
Yeah, we'll see you soon. Thank you again for listening all the way through. We really appreciate it. Got nothing else for you. Grab your stuff, head back to camp. We'll see you next episode.